The two, I'm quite surprised, actually, Brahma, that there seems to be an obvious attempt to link the two. How is the border issue linked to the water issue?
Two different issues.
No, but then why are you even mentioning the border issue in the context of this discussion?
Well, I think, we should go back to...
pointing out
Brahma is coming in, Brahma.
So the Tibetan Plateau is the starting point of Asia's major river systems. And ever since China annexed Tibet, removing the historical buffer between the Indian and Chinese civilizations, China became the dominant hydro-hegemon of Asia. Today, it's a source of rivers for more than a dozen countries located downstream. But what stands out is that China does not have not a single water sharing arrangement or cooperation treaty with any downriver country. India has water sharing treaties with both the countries located downstream to it. The Indus water sharing treaty with Pakistan and the Ganges water sharing treaty with Bangladesh. But China does not have a single water sharing arrangement or cooperation treaty with any downriver country. To make matters worse, it has a record of actually weaponizing water. And we have seen how it has sought to weaponize water even against India. There is a bilateral agreement with India on transferring upstream hydrological data to India. Now, this hydrological data that is shared with India is not given for free. It is sold to India. Unlike India's hydrological data to Pakistan and Bangladesh, which is given for free. And yet, whenever China wants, it suspends the transfer of hydrological data to India. It suspended that in 2017, when India boycotted the initial Belt and Road Summit in Beijing. Then, after this standoff began between the two militaries in 2020 in response to China's encroachments in eastern Ladakh, it suspended the transfer of hydrological data to India. And then last month, it agreed to resume. In fact, actually this month, at the beginning of this month, it agreed to resume sharing of hydrological data with India. In other words, it weaponizes water at its own sweet will. And I think this particular background that we have is very troubling because
it has been analyzed by several people of late. You may have, you're one of the greatest China experts, Brahma, but it has been analyzed by several people who say that as the Chinese economy goes down, I'm not saying it's sinking, but it's certainly dwindling, China will follow the trajectory of several other powers who become unusually aggressive, militarily, strategically, and instead of looking within on the economic issues it is having, they may want to externalize the problem, Brahma. So they're looking for friction. They'll be looking for friction in coming days.
The fact that the latest reports on the super dam project have come soon after the two countries' special representatives met in Beijing and agreed on some confidence-building measures indicates that a thaw in Sino-Indian relations is still not near.
Yeah.
It's clear that this dam project, the way it's being pursued in a very opaque manner, of course, it fits with the larger pattern. It's not just with India.
It's blackmail, you say? It's blackmail?
Well, it's the secrecy culture that is deeply ingrained in the Chinese Communist Party. They built 11 giant dams in the Mekong. Each dam was built in complete secrecy. As a result of these 11 giant dams, they're wreaking environmental havoc in downstream Mekong basin, and the countries in downstream